Good morning, children. Welcome back to our social science class. Today we will learn a new chapter from economics, that is chapter 1, development. So let's start our class. First we will study the indicators of development. Development of a nation or a country depends upon many factors. So let us learn about some factors or indicators that indicate the development of a country. The income factor. There is no denying factor that income is an important factor that contributes to the development. We all want regular job, decent pay, good earning, etc. In short, all want more regular source of income. In addition to more income, most of the people seek other things like freedom, the equality of treatment, security of life and health, and educational facilities. However, it should be noted that money can provide us material things, but the quality of life also depends upon so many other factors. Proper education of children and safety are some of the factors that are more important to people than income. Thus, development goals before people are not only related to income but also certain other important things in life. Quantity and quality go hand in hand and both amount to real development or human development. So let us understand about the per capita income. So what is per capita income? The total income of a country is the income of all the residents of the country. However, scholars feel that the total income is not a useful measure because it does not reflect the true standard of the people. The true criteria is the average income of the people. The average income is the total income of the country divided by its total population. It truly reflects the standard of the people. This average income is also called the per capita income. It must be mentioned here that the per capita income of different countries is measured in US dollars and not in their own currencies by the World Bank, because this method makes the comparison of per capita income of different countries quite easy and possible. Income and other criteria. When we look at individuals' aspirations and goals, we find that the people not only think about income but also of their goals like security, respect for others, equal treatment, freedom, etc. in their mind. Similarly, when we think of nation or region, we may decide average income. We also think about other attributes. This means that on an average, a person in Punjab earns rupees 26,000 in 1 year, whereas on an average, a person in Bihar would earn only around rupees 5,500. So, if per capita income is to be used as the measure of development, Punjab will be considered as the most developed and Bihar will be considered as the least developed state of the three. Now let us look at certain other data pertaining to these states. What does this table shows? The first column of the table shows that in Kerala, out of 1000 children born alive, 11 died before completing 1 year of age. But in Punjab, the proportion of children dying within 1 year is only 49, which is nearly 5 times more. However, on the other hand, the per capita income of Punjab is much more than the Kerala, as shown earlier. Now try to think of parents whose children dies before they even celebrate the first birthday. How painful it must be for these parents. Next, note the year to which on which this data pertains. It is 2003. So we are not talking about old times. It is 56 years after independence when our metro towns are full of high-rise buildings and shopping malls. The problem does not end with infant mortality rate. The last column shows that is more than half of children in Bihar do not go to school. This means that if you went to school in Bihar, more than half of the class will be missing. Those who could have been in school are not there. Then the question arises, how is it that the average person in Punjab has more income than the average person in Kerala, but lags behind in these crucial areas? We will explore the answer in the next class. Then, how to compare different countries or states? You might ask, if development may differ in things, then how come some countries may generally called developed, while the others are called underdeveloped? So before we come to this, let us consider another question. When we compare different things, they could have similarities as well as differences. But the question arises, which aspects do we use to compare them? Let us take this example. Let us look at the students in the class itself. How do we compare different students? They differ in the height, health, talents, and interests. The healthiest student may not be the most studious one. Similarly, the most intelligent student may not be the friendliest one. So, how do we compare students? The criterion we may use depends on the purpose of comparison. We use different criterion to choose a sports team, a debate team, a music team, or a team to organize a picnic. Still, if for some purpose we have to choose the criterion for the all-round progress of children in the class, how shall we do it? Usually, we take one or more important characteristics of persons and compare them based on these characteristics. Of course, there can be differences. What are important characteristics that took form? That took form in the basis of comparisons? Friendliness and spirit of cooperation, creativity, and marks acquired. So this is true of development too. So understood, children?